For real.
Low-key slapping.
You already know who it is. It's your boy Q Walker from Beyond the Game. It's your favorite day of the week. It's Monday, BTG Monday. And
So,
like I said, it's Nephew Q. If you're your first time tuning in, some of y'all might know my uncle, Uncle Shay Sharp. And then over here, we got Black Lives Matter. Ralph, gonna introduce yourself for the people, Ralph.
what's up, world?
We're so real. And then for those who are tuned in via Facebook or YouTube right now, you have B Legend down there with his Tampa Bay Bucks gear. Go and introduce yourself, boy. You go and say what's up.
Hey, how y'all doing today? Good to see everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good football.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
basketball. Good sports weekend.
It was a good sports weekend, huh? Y'all
Hey, Q, you like my jersey, man? Hey, Ralph, what kind of jersey is this?
Oh man, looks good. Creamsicle.
Green thick. What team is this?
Buccaneers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so
Whose
that's
number is this?
that's how we doing the show today. That's how we jumping this thing off today.
Hey, Ralph, whose number is this?
Uh, Tom used to be Brady.
No,
Okay.
this is Doug Williams' number. This is Doug Williams.
Okay, yeah,
Best player to ever play for the Bucks.
yeah. The best one to wear number 12 too.
Yeah.
Best player to play for the Bucks, I would say no. That would probably either be Warren
What's up,
Warren
Tasha?
Sapp. What's up, Tash? Hey, you doing, Gransbury? It's Pumpkin Pie. Hold on, man. Hold on, Gransbury. We're not gonna start the show off like this. Not today. I don't need that type of negativity in my life
Let's
today, right
go.
now.
I had a rough night last night. I mean, I got my crackers.
Your crackers, huh? I feel like it was another shot, though. I feel like it was another shot, man. But,
Actually, no, this is real talk.
oh, okay. I thought Tom Brady crackers. I thought there was another shot, but anyway. Okay, but anyway, we're going to get this thing rolling today. We got a lot to get to during today's show. We have the Eastern Conference Finals that's about to take place. We have the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics about to take place tomorrow, game one. I'm excited. I can't wait. Today's the first day we ain't had basketball in like 7 weeks, 8 weeks or whatever. But anyways, Ralph, I'm going to throw this thing over to you first, man. What's your predictions? Who you like in this series right here?
I don't know, man. It's a tough one. I think I picked Boston to come out of the East, so I think I'm gonna go with Boston. I like the Heat. I like what the Heat have done. But I think it'll be the Celtics in 7, not 6. But
Celtics in 7.
it's a tough series, man. I think it's gonna be exciting. I think Jimmy's gonna come out. He's gonna play tough. The Heat are gonna play tough. I think Boston has a few more weapons. I think the Heat shoot the ball a little bit better than Boston does, but I think Boston's overall weapons, I think they're going to figure it out at 7.
Man, I figured you'd be going Miami since they got, Tyler Hero, Bam
Right.
Adebayo, Pat Riley, that whole UK thing. I was, I thought you was going to go
I'm
with
rooting for them, but, I think Celtics is going to do it.
B Legend in your Tampa Bay gear, man. Who you like in this series?
Well, I mean, I think you can kind of put it together based on, what I got on today. And what I'm representing that state of Florida. So, I'm going with the Heat. With the Heat.
Man, you've been on the Heat, for a while. So But me, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Boston Celtics. They led by Jason Tatum, who's the light skin, so I got to keep that going. But I just think the Boston Celtics have too much firepower for the Miami Heat. When they played during the series, the Boston Celtics won the series 2-1. Everything was pretty much all even as far as field goal percentage. They both shot 46% against each other. 3-point percentage, they both shot 36% against each other. The rebounding edge is pretty much the same. The Boston average is 46 to Miami's 44. So, I mean, everything is pretty much all things considered to be equal. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the Boston Celtics. And only reason I'm going with Boston Celtics is because I can't wait for them to make it to the finals so I can tell people, look what they're doing without Kyrie and get on more people's nerves, because Kyrie ain't that guy.
Kyrie alone, man.
So Q. I mean, these numbers that you're running back, are those the regular season numbers or are those the bubble numbers?
Two was regular season and one was bubble.
Because part of that you got to think about was that during the season the Heat they were not 100% healthy.
Okay.
So I think that plays a role in it. And I think that, man, I just think, man, Jimmy Butler and them dogs, man, they gonna put some defense down on them boys. It's gonna be a different. It's gonna be a different ballgame. Jason Tatum will not be as dominant as he was in that series, against the Bucks. I don't think that's gonna happen.
He's gonna work for us.
But at the same time, you got Marcus Smart, you got Jaylen Brown too. So I mean, they ain't got no slouches over there either.
I get it, but Miami got Hero. They got Adebayo. They got what's that the other guy, lefty? I can't think of his name. They got Dragic. They got pieces too, man. It's gonna be an interesting series, man. I'm gonna go Miami in 7, but let's also talk about when you say firepower.
Mm-hmm.
The Clippers have firepower too.
We'll get to them in a second. We'll get to the Clippers. We will get to the Clippers in a second. But my whole thing about that series is that unlike the Bucks, I don't think the Celtics will back down. Everybody on the Bucks was scared of Jimmy Butler. Versus on the Celtics, I don't think nobody's gonna be scared of them. They put Jaylen Brown on Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum, he'll guard, maybe Dragic from time to time. And then you got Duncan Robinson, you got Tyler Hero, you got Bam, and I do like Miami, but I just feel like the Celtics just got too much, and it's gonna come down to coaching. Who would y'all say is the better coach, Coach Spo or Brad Stevens?
Spo. Easy. Spo's proven.
Brad Stevens.
Spo's proven, man.
Spo's proven. He won with your guy.
But look at the roster that Miami has. Nobody expected Miami to be where they are. Nobody.
Well, Spo didn't win with my guy. My guy drugged Spo to a championship. So let's be clear about that.
You talking about Brian?
Legend brought it up. I didn't. Legend brought it up.
I was just saying he won with LeBron. I wasn't saying nothing in a negative way. I'm just saying he won with LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron.
But I don't also remember you still got Pat Riley in the background too. Now, the team is a Pat Riley DNA team.
It is.
The toughness for sure.
But like I said, I think this is the year the Celtics finally get over the hump. 2 years ago, they went to Eastern Conference Finals, took LeBron to Game 7 without Kyrie. And then, last year, they got put out in the second round. And this year, man, Larry Stark said, Brandon Heavy with the Sherbert vibes this evening. We got Dave Reese. He said Celtics in 6. William Mack said Boston in 6. And David also said Celtics get Gordon Hayward back for this series. Is that going to make a difference? Is that going to change your mind?
That's a plus.
What do y'all got? Ralph, you got the Celtics in 6. What do you got them in, Q?
I got them in 7.
I got Boston in 7. I got Boston in 7. Ain't no way.
So let me ask you. So what you telling me, which you are, but I just want to put this in perspective. You're telling me in Game 7.
Game 7.
You're going to put your money on some guys that ain't been there.
Kimba, Tatum, I put my money on them.
But hold on, you act like Jimmy Butler's been there. I'm just saying I would much rather.
Spo's been there.
Yeah, Spo's been there. But also, Brad Stevens has been there to Game 7. He came that close from losing. Going past LeBron, but he had LeBron. He's playing against LeBron the GOAT. So that is what it is at that point in time.
I understand.
You think you're dope because you do. But anyways, you brought it up. Clippers was up 3-1.
facts, Q. Just facts.
We're not doing this today. Clippers was up 3-1. I wish Daniel was on the show right now because I want to talk about his boy Jamal Murray. Lost game 5, lost game 6, game 7 tomorrow night for all the marbles. So, two-part question. First of all, Chuck, what's wrong with the Clippers?
Man, I know y'all hate it when I bring this up and use this analogy, but I got to bring it up because it is very, and it's gonna be really evident in tomorrow night's game. Boy, it's gonna get tight over there, boy. Them things gonna get tight over there. Play RP. Now we know what play RP do in 7 games, right? We know what he doing in game 7.
Don't show up.
Where Daniel's at right now? No show.
Don't show up. Listen, Kawhi is gonna have to extend every ounce of his energy. He looked exhausted.
That's what I want.
He looked exhausted after that game yesterday. It's like Kawhi ain't played that much basketball.
Yep.
Kawhi gonna have to carry them. He's gonna have to carry them to win this game tomorrow. The problem is they ain't got nobody to deal with Jokic.
Nobody.
Montrez is irrelevant. He can't do nothing with Jokic.
No.
That's a problem, man. I mean, that guy's been killing them the whole entire series.
Facts.
And let's go back to coaching. And I'm shocked. I'm shocked that Doc Rivers has not made an adjustment on that. He's let that man dominate the whole series. And so you had the Clippers who had all them dogs, all this defense, and I'm one of the people that said it.
Yeah.
I'm one of the people that signed up for the Clippers and said they would beat the Nuggets. I'm going out on a limb and saying they're not going to beat.
Well, I like the way you think right now. I like the way you think.
Listen, who's got the most pressure?
Clippers.
The Clippers.
Yeah.
The Clippers. And the only person that's been there is
Kawhi.
Well, I think let's give PG a little bit of credit. PG showed up. He showed up. I just feel like in the key moments, PG's not showing up. When a big shot needs to be made, Paul George is not making the shot, but he's taking the shot. And that's look. I'm with Legend right now. I know I picked the Clippers to win it all, but right now, I think the Nuggets are going to win Game 7. I think the Nuggets are going to take this series. It is crazy that I'm saying it right now, but I think the Nuggets have the momentum. The Nuggets feel like they can beat the Clippers.
They can.
Yeah, and the craziest thing about it is that the Nuggets, see, LA is a better matchup for the Clippers. They just match up better.
I know, Tasha. I know.
They just match up better. Now we're gonna go out here and play this game. It's just, I'm just shocked. I'm really shocked.
I think everybody's shocked at this point.
I'm just shocked.
You shocked. Oh my God.
I'm just shocked. I even saw they even went to the point that they put Kawhi on Nurkic.
No, they put Kawhi at one point in time. They had Paul George on Nurkic at one point in time. I'm like, y'all really running out of options here. Y'all really don't know what to do.
Because and the thing is, his vision is a big thing because he can see the floor. As a big man, he can see the floor. So even if he's out there, the free throw line extended, you got to watch the cutters and everything because he can pass the ball. Joker can do it all.
And like Legend said, I just think Kawhi he's tired, man. He's already given everything that he can, and it's like it's still not enough. So I don't know, man. Clippers, y'all just the same old Clippers.
Listen to me. If the Clippers lose tomorrow, oh Lord!
Dude.
Could you imagine?
Dude.
Imagine the headline. Oh my God, they lose tomorrow.
Oh man! So this is my take on the whole thing, man. Back when we started doing the NBA show, and KJ, I wish he was on here right now. I said that I don't trust Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. And he was like, "How you not trust Kawhi Leonard?" And I said, "Well, this is Kawhi Leonard's first time leading the team by himself. Meaning, when he was with the Spurs, he had Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Coach Pop Tolino. And then last year, nobody expected him to win anything. And then, they went on a run. KD got hurt. Clay got hurt. And then everybody was like, okay, it's a foregone conclusion. They're going to win. But this is the first year where you're asking him to lead. So Game 7, all eyes is on him now. So now, okay, what you going to do now, Kawhi? Show us that you the player that everybody thinks you are and says that you have been for the past 2 years, a year and a half. So, man, I'm right there with y'all. In the I got two things real quick. The magic number for the Nuggets is 110. When the Nuggets score 110, they win. In the three games, it was 110, 110, and 111. They won all three. In the three losses, Jamal Murray averages 14 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 34%, and 39% from three. In the three wins, 24 points per game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 50%, and 52% from three.
Come on, man.
So if Jamal Murray can get to 24, they got this. They got this, man.
Hey, beyond the game film, it's going down. The Nuggets are about to win this series, man. It's like, it blows my mind. It's like everything it's over.
And
what we all wanted to see, we not gonna get to see.
Gransbury said, "I told y'all bubble ball is not gonna work for a guy who don't play all season."
Yeah.
Man, we about to see if Kawhi is really that dude, man. And I'm with y'all right now. I think the Nuggets, like you said, the momentum. B, you pointed out the fact that the Nuggets, they ain't got nothing to lose. It's like so they're gonna come out, they're gonna do what they do. If they win, everybody's gonna be happy. If they lose, everybody's gonna be like, well, we expected them to lose. So
that's correct.
All the pressure is on the Clippers.
That's the whole point. If the Clippers, that's why I'm telling you, them it's gonna be tight, man.
But would you say palms get sweaty, butt cheeks get tight? But David Reed said Kawhi had more scores last year, helping him out, and didn't feel like he had to score every time down the court. Well, hell, that's what Paul George and Lou Williams is supposed to be for.
Sweet Pepper Lou, which he trademarked their name. What was
it's almost like the way
Lemon Pepper Lou.
George.
Yeah, Lemon Pepper Lou. You know, you got him. He's supposed to 6 man that year. Montreal, right?
Yeah.
You got the Morris twin. You got him. You got that dog Pat Beverly. You know what? It's funny. You know, you go back to the Christmas Day game. Was it the Christmas Day? Yeah,
it was Christmas Day.
When they played LeBron and Pat Beverly got all up in LeBron and
yeah,
hit the ball, you know when Pat Beverly always want to guard the man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, where you at? Where you at? Jamal Murray, them boys been toasting y'all.
Toasting them.
Where you at?
Yeah, hey.
Ain't nowhere to be found.
I'm right there with you, B. And also, this is the guy. He said he wanted. Man, it was crazy. Remember last week? I don't know if we talked about it. Michael Porter Jr. came out and said, he needs more shots. Well, game 5 and 6, he got more shots, and here we are, game 7.
He's gonna be special, man. I think he's gonna be a special player. If he can stay not injured, he's gonna be a special player.
And guess who passed up on him? The Clippers.
Oh, it was
he had that back problem. So,
but it was a report that he thought he was going to go to the Clippers, and
they was talking about taking him. The only reason they taking him was because the doctor told him not to. So he had a bad back, and they passed him.
Ooh, it's gonna come back to haunt him. I want to ask y'all a quick question. With the team that they have right now, if they lose in the semifinals, what does that mean for Doc Rivers? Is he on the hot seat going into next year? Because he has the team to win the title, and they lose in the semifinals. That's not a good look.
I mean, I think his job is safe.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's safe right now. But you can't spend all that money and have all not win. I mean, that's a bad deal. And on top of that, you got a young guy and coaches sitting right there on the staff. A young guy waiting in Ty Lue.
I think it's bad if he loses. If he loses in the Western Conference Finals, I don't think nobody's going to sneeze at that because it's either Lakers, Clippers, either way. But if you lose in the semifinals to the Nuggets, I think some people might have something to say about that.
Oh, they gonna have something to say.
Yeah.
And they were up 3-1.
And you were up. You lost a 3-1 lead to them, man. I'm just really I'm baffled that I'm baffled.
Baffled, man. That's the word, bro.
I can't wait. I don't care what's going on, sick or not, whatever's going on. I'm gonna be right there watching this thing. I got if this thing gonna fall apart, I'm gonna love every minute of it.
The Nuggets, though, the team that everybody counted out. But will it be too much for the Nuggets going back-to-back Game 7 series? You think it'll finally catch up to them?
Probably against the Lakers, but not in this series.
Not in this series. They got all the confidence now. They rolling.
I'm rolling.
They rolling. I mean, even if the Clippers jump out and get a you know, 18 point lead.
It
They
ain't
know
gonna
they
matter.
can come back. They don't did it in the last 2 games.
They came back from 16 the last game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They gonna see Paul George running back. He gonna running back to play some defense. They gonna say, what's that gravy train? What's that gravy train on Paul George?
Oh man,
we got him.
It's Paul George. But Ralph, you made a good point. Paul George has the stats, right? There's no disputing that. The point with Paul George is he never comes up big during the moments that you
And
need
the
him to
big
come
moments,
up big.
man. Just
Yeah.
hit a shot. Just hit one shot.
Can't
Just
do it, man.
just get
the fact when he played LeBron with the Pacers. What happened? They was up against the Pacers. They had the series and they blew. And he was the man on that team.
you talking about that was the Roy Hibbert and
Yep.
David West and all of them boys. Yeah.
They had the series and they blew. They had the series. So now he don't have as much pressure on him because he got Kawhi to take all the pressure, a majority of the pressure.
Yeah.
And he's still not showing up the way he wants to, or the way he should show up.
I mean, he had 33 last game, but it was as
It
Uncle
wasn't
Shay.
enough.
I was gonna say Uncle Shay would say empty calories.
Yep.
Yep. Empty calories. It was a non-impactful 33 points that he had last
Absolutely,
game.
man. Absolutely.
So Paul George, man, boy, I tell you what.
It's crazy. This is crazy.
I
This is
want to see
crazy.
that gravy. Boy, if I see that gravy train, I mean,
What do you say? David said PG never has. He can't handle the heat of the press. He really can't.
Yeah,
No.
he's showing it.
Ah, man, I can't wait. But anyways, let's go over to a little bit of. B got this his jersey on today, man. And the hat as well. Huh?
what jersey? This one?
Yeah, you got
My favorite player, Doug Williams, man.
you could keep hiding behind that Doug Williams all you want to.
I
But
mean, he was the first black African American quarterback to win the Super Bowl.
that is true. But let me ask you this: why did you wait till today to wear that Tampa Bay jersey?
I wore it last year.
I get that. So why'd you wait to the first game? Why didn't you wait? Second game of the
Well,
season.
you know what, Q? That's a great question. Let me so, as I was recovering today and trying to figure out what I wanted to do for the show today, I said,
Okay.
how can I represent the fact that I was excited about the fact that football was back?
Uh-huh.
We had exciting games yesterday.
Right.
I think we had about 10, 12 hours of great football.
So you're right.
We saw some great games. We saw some upsets. We saw a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
But more importantly, as I thought about the game and I thought about my love for the game, how can I celebrate that? Well, I don't have a number one team that I root for.
Uh-huh.
What's one of my favorite players?
Uh-huh.
That's it. Now, so I went to the closet.
Uh-huh.
Doug Williams. And so I picked Doug Williams. And so, I got Doug Williams hat, the old school, the Tampa Bay hat, along with the jersey, and that's it. I mean, that's why I picked him.
For the people who are tuning in and people who are watching via Facebook and YouTube, I just want y'all to let y'all know that B is full of shit right now.
Why do you think I picked him?
See,
if I'm full of shit,
you put that jersey on for me.
Let's tell the fans on Facebook and everywhere else. Tell them why I picked this jersey.
You put that damn jersey on to irritate the hell out of me today. That's why you put that because I'm a Tampa Bay fan and Tampa Bay slightly lost yesterday.
Slightly.
CQ, what? Ain't slightly.
That's what I was about to say. Wasn't that slightly?
We slightly lost yesterday.
I mean, look, look. Sean Payton didn't even step off the gas.
Hello.
Look. But here's my point, Q. Why would you be so emotional about that? You picked him to
because you getting on my nerves. That's why.
I mean, Ralph, am I telling the truth? Didn't he pick them to lose?
Absolutely.
I did pick him to lose.
Absolutely.
I did.
So are you in your feelings or?
I did. I'm just trying to feel. Okay, boy, I swear for Lord, I swear for next week, boy. But anyways, Ralph, man, what was your I got a whole bunch of questions to go through about the NFL, man. But the first thing.
Let's start there.
Go, floor is yours. Go ahead. What y'all want to talk about? What you want to get into?
I'm gonna eat my cracker.
How many interceptions is Tom Brady gonna have this year?
10.
You crazy.
10.
He had 2 in the first game. No
But
way.
see, the 2 in the first game. Okay, since we want to talk about the first game, okay, we'll talk about Tampa Bay then. So okay, here we go. First and foremost, let's stop acting like Drew Brees was out there killing yesterday. All right.
No. Hey, Skip. We're talking about Tom Brady.
Yeah, let's stay on time.
Don't stay on time, Skip.
Oh, we skip. But Tom Brady, okay. It was a lot to take away from yesterday's game, good and bad. The good thing is that, for one, our defense did what it was supposed to do. Our defense held Tom Brady to 21 points. When you hold Tom Brady to 20, what? I mean, not Tom Brady, Drew Brees. I'm sorry. Drew Brees. When you hold Drew Brees to 21 points, you're supposed to win that game. They only held him to what I think it was 160 yards in the air. So the defense did what they were supposed to do. But the only thing I did not like is too many penalties. We had them in 3rd and long situations a few times, and then we got a defensive pass interference, which put them down the field. I think it was one time we got an interception. It got called back, defensive pass interference. One time it was like a 3rd and 13. Drew Brees took a shot all the way down to the 10. Defensive pass interference. They scored. So those calls really hurt us yesterday. But overall, defensively, I'm proud of that. I'm cool. We all right with that. Now, on the offensive side of the ball, I don't know if it was the Saints' defensive line or if it's just we don't have a run game yet. I don't know just yet about that part of it. But as far as Tom Brady, I'm cool with the way Tom Brady played. He played exactly how I expected him to play, which is why I said we was going to lose. Is no chemistry, the timing was all off, and there was no preseason. So the coverages that Mike Evans and Chris Godwin and those guys, they're seeing one thing. Tom Brady sees another. And that was the cause of the first interception, which Bruce Arians said that Mike Evans was right on his read. Tom Brady was wrong.
He did.
Yeah, he did. So and that comes with the preseason, where you can sit down and look, okay, on this coverage, Mike, what you thinking? What you looking at? And we just didn't have a chance. So yesterday was our first preseason game. Tom Brady, he finally started to click in the 4th quarter. But then by that time, the ball game was out of control. On special teams, you got guys running into each other.
That was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So penalties, stupid, costly mistakes, and Tom Brady not being on the same page as the receivers, that's why we lost the game. I mean, I'm cool from what I've seen. We played the Panthers next game. We'll probably win that game like 28-7, 21-7, something like that. Get this thing rolling back. But overall, I like what I seen. It went about as way as I expected it to be. Now, if Tom Brady went out there and was like 15 of 30 for 140 yards and 2 interceptions, then I might be a little bit worried. Then. But he played pretty decent. He played as well as I expected him to be. I was disappointed Gronk wasn't involved in the game playing a little bit more. I thought he would have been more. But it seems like the player that he does have a little bit of rapport with was O.J. Howard. They seemed to have a connection yesterday. But that was my takeaway. Y'all can go ahead and talk about the Bucks and our championship aspirations. Go ahead. What did y'all see yesterday?
I mean, bro, you kind of hit it on the head. Like, they're still building chemistry. They're not going to be on point at this point. I think it's going to take them about 3 to 4 games to get to where they need to get to, honestly. I think Tom Brady will have more than 10 interceptions this year. I do think that.
We put something on it.
But I do like y'all defense. I liked y'all defense last year. I think y'all have a legit defense. Y'all linebacking core is a very decent linebacking core.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like y'all one of the tops in the league, honestly. But I think the Bucks will be all right.
Yeah, we'll be all right. B, go ahead, boy. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, in terms of defensively, the game went exactly the way I thought that it would go. I mean, if you look back last season when the 2 games that Tampa Bay played New Orleans, and think about this, they had Jameis at that time.
Right.
New Orleans couldn't score.
Right. It's just that Jameis,
game. So Todd Bowles, he plays a very, very aggressive scheme.
Mm-hmm.
With Drew Brees, the thing about him is that you got to get to him to get the ball out of his hand. I mean, he's going to get the ball out of his hands very quickly. So you got to get to him quick. And I think that, since he's so aggressive, he was able to keep Drew Brees out of his rhythm, things along those lines. Now, that's from a defensive standpoint. So I think, they play perfectly fine. I don't really have any issues. I mean, they had a couple of mistakes here and there, but I think all the teams across the NFL made mistakes. So that's a big thing. Offensively, it's just like you all said. I mean, people they want to go out there and say, "Oh my God, Tom Brady, he's this and he's that, or he's old." I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think that at the end of the day, you got Tom Brady has been in the Bill Belichick system for a very long time. Now he's coming over there to the Bruce Arians system. He's learning that system, just like they're learning Tom. The receivers, they know the system. So you got a lot of different things going on, like you all said. Chemistry is such a big thing in this game. Chemistry and rhythm. I disagree with you on one thing, though, Q. I think they ran the ball effectively.
You're right.
I think they ran the ball effectively. I think that they potentially have a 1-2 punch with Fournette and Ronald Jones second. I think from that perspective they'll be fine. But considering the fact that they weren't able to throw the ball, well, that created an environment where they were putting up people in the box.
Yeah,
they can shut that run down.
You're right.
Once they become more effective, then that's going to open up the run and open up the pass. I was shocked that Gronk wasn't more involved in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one guy that he, like you said, that he's got chemistry with. I know he likes Scotty out there, that other wide receiver. He likes
Scotty Miller. Yeah,
he likes him a lot. I was really shocked that Gronk went in the game more. And I don't know if that's really a Tom Brady thing. Is that a play calling thing?
I think it's probably a play calling thing more than Tom Brady. I don't know, because Gronk's been out for a minute, so I don't know if he didn't have his game speed, like he didn't have his NFL, like he didn't have like the speed of the game just yet. So maybe he just wasn't acclimated. I think by Ralph said, by week 3-4, you'll probably see more Gronk and a lot more sets split out wide. It's just he had to get his legs back underneath him, because he's been gone away from the game for so long, and they've only been practicing for maybe a month and a half, and then you throw him out there the first game, 20, 25 plays. It's kind of set yourself up for disaster at that point in time.
Yeah, I mean, so you got that guy. That guy creates so many mismatches.
Yeah.
In a normal setting, that Tom Brady would normally use him to take advantages of those mismatches. I never saw that one time, which I thought was odd.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I just think that going into New Orleans, playing that game in New Orleans, even though there's no crowd or anything like that, that's a game to play that game one with no preseason, no anything. I mean, that was just a tough feat.
I'm glad they lost, to be honest, because that gives the offensive side of the ball time to sit down and look at film of exactly what they need to do now. And I'm glad the Mike Evans situation happens, because now him and Tom Brady can kind of get on the same page as far as looking at coverages and things of that nature. Versus if they would have won, I'm not saying that it wouldn't help, but I think losing probably helped the Bucks more than winning would have done for them.
Of course.
But anyways, man, you want to talk about your Bears, man? Your Mitchell Trubisky led Bears?
They trash.
Thank you.
They still trash.
I mean, they got lucky. They won that football game. They were down going into, I think it was like maybe less than 4 minutes left in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to tie that game. I mean, that's it. That's pure luck. I mean, they were going to lose. They should have lost that game to London.
Absolutely.
I had nothing to say. I mean, really. I mean, I think at some point in time, Trubisky will, lose that starting job to Nick Foles. I mean, he didn't play that well. He didn't play that well. I think Allen Robinson and Anthony Miller, I think they have weapons, but they're not good enough. They're not good enough. After what I just saw Green Bay do, and I thought Green Bay
Hello.
I got some questions about that. Hold on. I got some questions about that.
Everybody knows that I'm an A-Rod guy. Everybody knows I didn't even take A-Rod in any of my fantasy teams.
A-Rod has awoken.
Not one. I mean, if you think that the Bears have a remote chance to win the NFC after I just saw, ain't no way in here.
Ain't no way here.
Khalil Mack. I know Khalil Mack said I could have won anyway.
Yep.
But I will tell you this though, I did hear something that came out of Chicago Sun-Times about Tom Brady. Did you all know that the Bears were on the list for Tom Brady behind the Bucks? Did you hear that?
I didn't hear that. I did hear the Saints were on his list if
Yeah,
Drew
that's what
Brees
they said.
decided.
They wanted him.
But if Drew Brees decided to retire, I know the Saints. But I didn't know. I'm glad he didn't do that. His career would have been over first game, bro.
Oval.
Well, no, not really, because think about it. If he would have done that, again, everything changes, right? Because all these players want to go to Chicago, just like they wanted to go to, just like they wanted to go to Tampa Bay. They went to Tampa Bay. But I'm just saying. I mean, he said that he liked what he saw in Chicago. I don't know what he saw.
I don't know what the hell he saw in Chicago.
No idea what he saw.
But maybe he was talking about some
No,
off the field stuff.
absolutely.
I truly, from an offensive standpoint, I really don't know. What they really have. They have David Montgomery out of Iowa State, but he's nothing to write home about. Uh, Receiver wise, like I said, I just don't know what they have. They don't have anything that would make you want to go to Chicago and play other than the defense.
I don't know. I got some questions right here, and I'm gonna throw the first one to you, Ralph. Man, Cam Newton yesterday, 15 of 19, 155 yards, 15 carries, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 21-11 win over the Dolphins. Ralph, can Cam Newton sustain this for the whole season?
Absolutely. I think Cam Newton's motivated to sustain that for the whole season. I think he has something to prove. I like how they are building the offense around Cam. They're not forcing him to throw the ball more than he should. They ran the ball well. I think they can. I honestly think they can.
What about you, B? Can Cam Newton sustain this for the whole season? My whole thing is the 15 carries for 75 yards. I mean, I get it, but I mean, I feel like they're gonna have to scale it back some. But
They will.
Well, my first comment is, what the hell did that boy have on yesterday?
I like the yellow suit,
Yeah,
man.
that's what
I
I'm
like
saying.
that joint, man.
It's
That joint was
sharp,
alright.
that's
I like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Hold on, B. I will say this: it's one of his more tamer outfits. It's one of the
it
more
is.
tamer.
You're
Yeah.
right. Now you're right. Now you're right. It is one of the more tamer outfits.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. He was sharp.
But I think can it sustain it? Yes, I think that they can in that system. I think that they can. But I agree with Ralph. I don't think that you want to take that chance on him running like that. I mean, his body's taken a lot of abuse over the years anyway, so why would you continue to do that? I just think that, especially from a goal line perspective, when you get that dude down there in the goal line perspective, 5 yards in, I mean, you got to look for quarterback six. I mean, what are you going to do? How are you going to stop a 6'5", 6'6" dude that's 280 pounds?
Absolutely.
They're not going to do anything with that. So I think that those things will happen. I'm just more curious to see Cam, because I didn't watch that game in totality, but I'm really curious to see him throw the long ball.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got any receivers.
Well, I mean, he's got the Ravens and up next, so we'll figure
He got
out.
who?
He got
The
the Ravens.
Ravens.
Ravens. My next
Ooh-wee.
question. I'm gonna go to you, Ralph, again first, man, because this next question this is specifically for B. But Ralph, I'm gonna let you go first. Yeah, this is for you. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers yesterday against the Vikings was 32 of 44, 364 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a 43-34 win over the Vikings.
Oh, he's a monster.
Ralph, is A-Rod back?
That's that's hard to say if somebody's bad because it's only one game. But based off yesterday's game, hell yes, he looked good. Adams looked good. What do you have, like 14 receptions? I mean, A-Rod was cooking, and Lord, I think he's back.
B, this is your guy. Is A-Rod back? Because according to some people, he didn't have the type of year that is an A-Rod type of year, and that's because I feel like he had a new system. They was trying to run the ball more. They was not asking him to throw it around, throw the deep ball as much. But yesterday he said, "The hell with all that." He slung that thing for 364 yards. So B, is your boy back?
I gotta take. I want to first take time out to personally tell Aaron my apologies.
Absolutely.
I completely apologize for throwing you over there like you were done. But I never thought he was done. I just felt like they didn't get him anybody. They took a quarterback.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They didn't get him
In the
help.
first round.
And even he was shocked that they took a quarterback. And the thing about it, they never drafted anything to help him. They never drafted
Never.
a receiver, anything to help him. So by default, yeah, I just thought because of the makeup of the team, yes, that he was done. But after yesterday, I'm back on track,
You
baby.
back on chat. William Sweat last year. William Sweat said last year he had 26 touchdowns and 5 picks, and that was a down year. That's a great year for most
He doesn't
That's
quarterbacks.
what
throw
I'm
interceptions.
saying. That's what I'm
See,
saying.
but the other thing that people didn't realize about last year, he was hurt too. Remember that he got hurt early in the season. He still, I think, he had that knee injury. Even though he came back, he still wasn't the same. A-Rod, hey man, that boy put on the show
He
yesterday.
put on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah, he
Now he's
did.
gonna be able to compete because I didn't even think that he would stand a chance going against Minnesota. I gave Minnesota a lot of confidence, but I should have known Kirk. I should have
You
known.
should have known better.
I mean, and not to deviate from it, but man, they were talking today. I was reading some stuff today. They were saying that uh, uh, they don't even want Kirk Cousins to throw the football.
I believe it.
I'm
I
serious.
believe it.
They said if you look at the way that they were playing that game, Minnesota was playing that game. They did not want him to throw the football. And
Oh man.
I said, I'll be there. They paid that man all that money. Because remember, he was one of the first ones to get that big contract.
He was the first quarterback to get everything fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
Everything. And they don't even want that man to throw the ball no more. I said, I'll be. And Aaron Rodgers went in there and put on a show.
Andrew said the real Kirk Cousins showed
I
up.
mean, I know we're saying all this about Kurt, but I mean, Minnesota almost came back in that game.
Yeah, but
They did, but I don't think A-Rod was going to let that happen.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel you, but he had to make some plays.
A-Rod was grooving, man. A-Rod was grooving. You know, Devontae was grooving. Aaron Jones. Hey, look, everybody was grooving.
Groovy.
But I never thought, in defensive wise, I never thought defensively that they could help them out to keep A-Rod, you know, to get him on the field. Because if you think last year, they could never stop anybody. You know, so I was like, well, what did they do defensively to make themselves better? Because they didn't sign too many people. They didn't do anything. There was no signings in Green Bay, so I never gave him a shot. And he just basically said, okay, all right, B, screw you.
David said Kirk got his money.
He's back, yeah, he's back. He's gonna have a couple down games though, but he showed me that he ain't going nowhere.
David said Kirk got his money. He don't care no more. He ain't got to show out now. But
he never did show out. Dave.
Next is, will the 49ers suffer a Super Bowl hangover? Yesterday, they lost 24-20 to the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals put up 14 points in the fourth quarter. At little man, Kyler Murray was 26 of 40 for 230 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 13 carries for 91 yards, 1 touchdown. His new weapon, D-Hop, had 14 catches for 151 yards. Chris Jones' guy, Jimmy Goo-Wop, as he calls him, was 19 of 33 for 259 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, fellas, I'll take the lead on this one. I try to tell Chris Jones, our fellow BTG co-host, that it's a wrap for the 49ers because when was the last time you seen a team go to the Super Bowl, lose, and make it back the next year? It's been a long time since that happened. Personally, I don't think the San Francisco 49ers have the makeup. You have, the Tampa Bay Bucks. You have the Saints. You have the Seattle Seahawks now. If Dallas gets their act together, you got Dallas as well. San Francisco is not making it back to the Super Bowl. So, Ralph, will the 49ers experience the Super Bowl hangover and miss the playoffs?
I think so. I honestly feel like the 49ers will finish either third or fourth in the NFC West. So, I'm kind of like you. They might make the playoffs, but it's going to be like a wild card type of thing. Yeah. I think it's over.
You think it's over, B?
They definitely not going back.
49ers make the playoffs?
I've dropped everybody on their squad that I had. Other than the running back. Yeah, I think he's a monster.
Yeah.
So you ain't got the 49ers making the playoffs either?
But I got them going to the playoffs. Defensively, they're just too good. I don't know what the hell happened yesterday. And it's really hard, man, with them not playing any of these teams, not playing any
preseason
games or anything. So, I feel like you got to give all these teams time to get rhythm. That may take 3 or 4 weeks. Problem is 3 or 4 weeks can put you in the bind.
Yeah, that 4th week. Yeah.
That's the problem. You really don't have that time. You can't get off to a slow start. Do I think that they're gonna make the playoffs? Yeah. I will say right now, I picked them to win the division. That ain't happening.
That ain't happening.
I don't think that's gonna happen because I think most of you all picked Seattle, if I'm correct.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I didn't, um, and because it's America, and uh, I have that right.
He's
I
crazy.
my thought process, and I'm gonna go with Seattle because
He's crazy.
I think that I think people caught up with Shanahan and his own scheme and his running scheme. Uh, you know, Russell and them they put on the show
They
last
Yeah,
did.
they
They
did.
did.
show
They did.
yesterday.
They did.
So yeah, I mean, I think they make the playoffs. I do, but you know, to what level of it? But
Nah,
they take Dallas a spot.
yeah. Andrew and William, they both corrected me. The Pats made the Super Bowl after the Eagles beat them,
Yeah.
as far as the Super Bowl hangover. Two more questions, man.
Whoa! But I do got one question. Just
What's
kind of
up?
to know. Hey, have either one of you all talked to Chris Jones? Because I
I've
ain't seen Chris. Chris,
He
if
said
Chris
something
is
on
watching,
Facebook, but yeah, he ain't said nothing.
Chris, I know you watching. Chris,
I can't find them. I can't
call
find
me,
them.
Chris.
He ain't talking.
He said call you.
Call me, Chris.
I can't find Chris Jones, man. But
Chris, call me, Chris. I mean, I don't need you to be this way. I want to be a support system for you.
man, there's only one team that won their NFC East matchup yesterday, and that was the Washington team. They was down 17-0 to the
Oh
Philadelphia
my
Eagles.
God.
Came back, scored 27 unanswered points to win 27-17. So I ask you guys, are they a contender to win the NFC East now?
Who was the quarterback in Washington?
Haskins, the boy from Ohio
Haskins, yeah.
State.
Yes,
Did
sir.
did he start?
Yeah.
Yeah, he started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are they now contenders for the
For what?
NFC East? NFC East. David Reese said fluke.
Yeah,
I'm
think
gonna
so.
be the first person to go out on record and say
Oh shit! Here we go.
that out of all the divisions in the NFL, the NFC East is trash.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, hell yeah.
I thought the Cowboys would come out and make some noise and just dominate. The NFC East is trash.
Oh yeah,
You know
trash
what?
can juice.
Wait a minute, who said this last week? Was it Hot Dog? Who said the Giants?
The hot dog. He did say he didn't pick them to win the division, but he said the Giants were probably the most talented offensive team in the NFC East.
So Giants about to play right now.
Mm-hmm.
Going out on the limb right now. Giants are gonna beat the Steelers today. Giants may mess around and win the NFC East. That's how much trash is in the NFC East.
Andrew's an Eagles fan. He said, "Man, Wentz played like a."
He
Terrible.
did.
Andrew, he played terrible.
He did.
I mean, it was listen.
I don't believe Carson
Look,
Wentz, so it didn't surprise me.
I said that game right there, that was supposed to be the blowout game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
They were supposed to just steamroll those dudes.
They were.
They weren't supposed to have a chance in here. You can't tell. Let me ask you a question. They cut AP. Who's their running back? Do you know? Off the top of your head, do you know?
Peyton Barber. Only reason why I know that is because he's one of their running backs. I don't know if he's
starting running back.
starting running back. I don't know that.
I honestly don't know off the top of my head.
I think it's Gibson is his name.
Because they let AP go, then they cut Darius Geis, who they drafted from LSU 2 years ago when he got that sexual misconduct or whatever. They cut him. So the top two running backs that they had from last season are gone now.
Okay. Who are their receivers? Do you know any whether on their receivers?
It's no
boy,
big
them.
name receivers.
Oh boy, Neil.
There's one player on the defense that you know. What's his name?
Chase Young.
Yeah,
Chase Young.
absolutely. Now, hey, their defensive line is legit.
They're different. Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. My point is, you can't even tell me. You can't even tell me 5 players on their team, and they went out and Philly was up 17-0.
17-0.
Blew the game. Philly's trash. The Giants gonna win it.
Andrew, man, he's on it today. He said, I'm a huge supporter of Carson Wentz, but that was supposed to be a layup, and he let him walk right back into the game.
He is 100% correct.
Absolutely.
He's 100% correct. He ain't lying.
Sure.
That was a gimme game for the Eagles, and they gave it up. Play like he said, they play like bees.
Oh, Andrew, man, y'all supposed to be one up in the NFC East right now. Man, it's not supposed to be that way, my guy.
Trash.
Man, he said, He said, Wentz tricked. I was super pissed. I think that's what he was supposed to say. I was super pissed. Hey, man, Andrew, don't feel bad, bro. Both of our teams took an L this Sunday, man.
God, you didn't take no L like he took that.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't take an L like that. No,
He took an L.
no. But outside of that, Ralph, what other takeaways do you have? If you have any other takeaways from this Sunday, what else did you see this weekend or this Sunday?
The MVP was cooking. I feel like Baltimore, they might run away with it.
Whoa. What MVP? Oh, Patrick, yeah, he was cooking. You right, go ahead.
Was he the MVP last year?
He's
No.
MVP.
Lamar Jackson was the MVP, and until somebody takes his throne, he's still the MVP. But I like Baltimore. I mean, they did play the Browns. The Browns are still the Browns.
Trash.
Nothing too special. Like you said, Seattle looked real good. I like seeing Kyler Murray and Deshaun Hop and the Cardinals win. I think the Broncos are going to win tonight, so I'm excited to see what happens there at 10 o'clock tonight. So,
Hey, Ralph, everybody's with you, man. Andrew said Lamar showed out. Gransbury said Lamar.
yeah.
Let's see. David Reese, MVP. Russell Wilson. Man, look, Russell Wilson, my God. Yeah, I think he might win MVP. I think it's
I'm telling you, yes.
He brought out yesterday.
Hey,
he-
legend. The best quarterback in the league, Russell Wilson.
Here y'all go. Some more comments as far as
yesterday, Ralph.
Huh?
is,
You put up better numbers yesterday.
What, him, Mahomes?
I think Russell Wilson had better numbers.
No. Who put up better numbers? Period.
You talking about?
I don't know who had the best overall numbers as far as QBs yesterday.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh shit. But anyways, Andrew said, Baker's super trash, all of them weapons. The Browns William Sweat said the Browns are overrated AF.
They still trash, bro.
Yeah,
like,
so
it doesn't matter who you put on that team, they still the Browns.
So these are some of the people's thoughts about, their takeaways for the weekend. But man,
I'll tell you this, Q.
What's up?
The one thing that I feel like I got from this is that at the end of the day, there are 4 teams, and that's it.
Chiefs, Ravens, Seahawks,
Seattle.
and who's the fourth one?
New Orleans.
I ain't putting New Orleans right
New
there.
Orleans is gonna do something. Every time they gonna do good during the regular season.
I hear you.
When them playoffs come,
I hear you. It's just
happening.
I gotta go with New Orleans.
Yeah,
We'll see. But anyway, switch back over to a little NBA action, man. Our Lakers went ahead and wrapped up it in 4-1. B said it was going to be 5. Uncle Shay said it was going to be 5. He said Garden, Pardon, Hard. It don't matter. Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5. Mike D'Antoni let it be known yesterday that he was not going to return as the head coach.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
So, what do the Rockets do next? I'll go ahead and go on this one, man. Absolutely nothing, because there's nothing the Rockets can do. I'm gonna channel my NB legend real quick. From a financial perspective, you got to think about it like this. They got Westbrook, Harden, Covington, and Eric Gordon. All of them are tied up for, I think, $109 million of the cap right there. It's just 4 guys.
Ridiculous.
If your I think Eric Gordon is third on the team as far as money. If your third leading guy in salary is Eric Gordon, you are destined to lose, bro.
Absolutely.
You have $109 million tied up into those 4 guys. There's no way that you have the money to bring in anybody during free agency unless somebody takes a huge pay cut because they want a ring chase and that sort of thing. But I don't see that happening. David Reese says get rid of Westbrook and bring in a big man. I don't think that's going to happen because, to be honest, I think Westbrook's trade value has went down because I think teams see Russell Westbrook as a 6'4" Giannis. Well, hell, at least Giannis is 6'11", so you can't teach height, but I can't have you 6'4". You shooting, he shot 25% from the three during the Lakers series. You a point guard, or you a scorer, bro? That can't happen. So
he's self-check. I know that term, self-check.
Self-check, yeah, that's
he's self-check.
You know what? They are at the point now because they got so much money tied up. They're in a bad situation.
They are.
Yep.
The problem is that, from a financial perspective, they really can't do anything, right?
They can't. They're stuck.
So really, what they have to do, and a lot of people are gonna think I'm crazy when I tell you this, You have to trade James Harden.
Nah.
And the reason, let me explain to you why.
I don't know about that, brother.
First of all, those two guys on the court. First of all, those are two ball-dominated guys.
Yeah.
They get there to dominate the game, and they both have to have the ball in their hand. Okay, if anybody, more than anybody, it's got to be James Harden. Okay, because once the ball goes to James, it ain't going nowhere else. Okay, so the thing is, at least you could trade James Harden, get a lot of value for James Harden, and build around Russ. I know it sounds crazy.
That's crazy in hell.
Yeah, that's blasphemy.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So here's the thing. So okay, trade Russ. You're gonna build around James. Who the hell? This is why him and Giannis had beef, because Giannis was telling the truth. Who the hell is gonna go to Houston and play with James Harden? He ain't passing the ball. The ball gets with James, and the ball's stuck. It doesn't go anywhere.
I understand what you're saying, but as far as players not coming there, but as far as the Houston, they're not going to trade away their prized assets. There's no way.
That's the only. First of all, you're so financially strapped. You got to get off the way.
Yeah.
I came right on time.
Yeah, you did.
Got no choice. To me, you don't have any choice but to get rid of James Harden. You don't get
no.
First of all, those dudes are making so much money. You know how much money both of those guys are gonna make in year 4 of their deals?
Yeah.
I think
$1 million a piece.
It's crazy.
A piece.
Crazy.
And so in order to do that deal, you got to get to a certain percentage, like something like 20 or 15%, 80-85%. You got to get rid of one of those people. Hold on, because I'm gonna get more value out of James Harden.
no, you will get more value out of James Harden. I agree with that, and that's why I said Russell Westbrook's trade value is down. But they would be
trade him all in.
But that was before we let Daniel jump on there. Here, William Sweat said, they ain't winning the title, so might as well blow it up and trade one of them. That's what we're saying, William. But me and Ralph are saying you have to trade Westbrook. But the problem with Westbrook is he only has so much trade value now because he's 31 years old now, so he's on the back end of his career. And you see what he is now, so teams are not going to be willing to give up their whole team just to get him. So I don't think, like B said, James Harden has more trade value, but Houston is like, well, that's our franchise guy.
Absolutely.
Why would we trade our franchise guy?
Because at this point, you got to start over anyway. So what difference? You might as well.
I'd rather start over with Harden than Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. Because you got to think of it. Okay. When Westbrook was in OKC, he had, Melo, he had Paul George, he's had pieces. They built around him, and he still didn't do anything. So what makes you think?
Trade them both and get as much as you can out of both.
We'll go ahead and blow the whole thing up.
He's going to be a tanking franchise.
Look, they built their team. They have built their team to be this small ball thing around D'Antoni. D'Antoni comes in and says, "You know what? I'm out." So now you built it around that coach, and now what are you gonna do?
And I'm gonna let you get in here, Dan, because I know this is your guy. But that's my thing: is the coach that comes in, whoever he is, he has to coach another players based on that system.
Don't nobody want that job. Who gonna want that job?
I mean, I don't know. Somebody will take some young assistant. I don't want him to do it to himself. But
I know you don't want him to, but I think Jackson would take it. Mark Jackson.
Let me say,
it may not be the best fit, but I think they would take it.
They would take it under the pretense that they're gonna trade somebody.
Of course. And it's going to be Russell. You cannot do nothing with Russell Westbrook as your point guard. He has proven that. Man, you can do something.
You can do more with James Harden than you can with Russell.
Like I said, Russell sells.
I don't disagree. Listen, maybe you misunderstand. Maybe you misunderstand my point. I'm not saying that you can't do anything with James Harden. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, you're going to have to blow this thing up. And you're going to get more value out of James Harden than anything else. Because if Harden is there, the offense is still going to run the same way. Dribble through my legs, dribble through my drain, step back, three.
I don't like Harden's game. I agree with you. I don't like
That's all you're going to get.
Greensbury said.
There's nothing.
Grinsbury said as far as coaches, Sam Cassell, which does make a lot of sense
That
because
does make sense. It
he got
does.
drafted by them, won the title with
Hey,
them.
Chauncey Billups too.
Now I like the Sam Cassell aspect of it just because he's coming home. It'll be his first time
That's
coaching.
true. That's true.
But if I'm Sam Cassell, I go into it talking to the owner saying, look, the GM got to go. GM
Oh yeah.
Daryl Morey got to
Oh
go
yeah. He's terrible. His
because
choices are terrible.
what he built didn't work. So if we're gonna build this thing, we got to build it with a GM that me and him can be on the same page and build it how we see fit.
I agree.
But Daniel, man, we're talking about the Rockets.
Hey D, how you doing, brother?
What's going on,
Hey,
man?
how you doing, man?
You
Hey,
see the tag, man.
I didn't see you. Hold on, D. How you doing, brother?
Okay.
This guy.
And he put on Yuck's gear.
Yeah, I got look, D. Hold on, let me get the full vid. Look, D.
He's crazy, bro.
Now he put on a fashion show. But
Should have got
Daniel,
number 3.
No, I put on Doug Williams. I put Doug Williams.
Okay,
Daniel, what's next for the Houston Rockets? You know, they got a gentleman sweep by the Lakers. What's next for the Rockets? This is your guy,
I
James
agree with what
Harden.
he said. They have to rebuild the roster. So, I mean, I don't understand why they would give a coach that much power. First things first, if you know anything about basketball, why would you overhaul your whole roster to even take on this small ball philosophy? That was stupid.
Yeah, makes
Now,
no sense.
I understand they paid Capella when they shouldn't have. I thought they never should have paid him because, I mean, he's literally just a lob threat. And he's not even as good defensively as Tyson Chandler was, and that's all he was as well. But Sam Cassell, he can, teach. He knows how to run point guard. He can teach Westbrook and Harden. But I would have really liked to see Harden go play for like somebody like Steve Nash, somebody that could really teach him how to, pass and shoot, when to control the tempo of the game. Somebody like that. So that way he can play more like a Chris Paul, but he's way more lethal. It's but I mean, all in all, it's hard to win a championship when your best player and your best scorer and your best passer and your best creator is all one person.
Yeah.
So I think they messed up when they had a chance to get Anthony Davis the year before the Lakers got him. They didn't make the trade, and at that point, I knew they was going downhill. At that point, I just had to ride for the respect of my guy. I don't like Russell Westbrook, so at this point. You saw what Russell Westbrook get you. You've seen what it's got you for the last 5 years with everybody else.
Yeah.
Why would you pay that man $40 million? That's a waste of $40 million, in my opinion. And like Chris Jones said, Tuesday show, I like Westbrook, but I finally saw the light. He said his next stop is the Detroit Pistons.
And that's what I said too. He needs to go somewhere in the East, like Orlando or Detroit. Just let him be the star of the team. Waste his time. Because he's wasting everybody else's time who's actually trying to win a championship, man. He cannot be your starting point guard on the championship team. I don't care what you say. There's no way.
Yeah,
There's no way.
He's like the point guard or shooting guard Giannis.
Do you think
that's what I just said? That he's a 6'4" Giannis.
Do you think he can play with LeBron?
No. LeBron does not.
No, he can't shoot.
LeBron don't want that.
I didn't say he wanted it. I said, do you think that he can play with him?
No, because like Daniel just said, he can't. LeBron needs shooters. He needs the floor space.
Harden needs shooters.
Yes.
You can't play with somebody that can't shoot. That's why it didn't make sense. I mean, I understood the logic of I would rather pay somebody that I know is going to play every year $40 million versus playing somebody. It's a gamble every year if he's going to get hurt. I understood that, but he's not a better player than Chris Paul. I understand he wanted, but his PER usage rate was crazy. So I mean, that's part of the reason why he won it. He got a high motor, he don't get tired, but he's not better than Chris Paul. His body is just better.
Could you see him down in Miami?
Who's that? Westbrook? He's gonna mess it up. Like
no,
I said,
him and Jimmy Butler ain't gonna get along.
If you're trying to contend for anything, Russell Westbrook is not your guy. That's just my. He's not your guy.
The man's done, Ralph. He can't even contend for.
I'm not saying he can contend in Orlando and like he said,
he can go do it what Derrick Rose is doing right now or something.
What about sending them to Philly for one of them two?
Yeah.
They can use all the help they can get.
I was about to say,
They
that just
You're
means
not gonna
Philly's not
win.
gonna do nothing. Yes, exactly. That's the whole point. You're not gonna win.
You can't
No.
win with him. That's why
You
when people say,
can't,
"Well,
bro.
James Harden had Westbrook," what does that mean? That doesn't mean anything to me. What is that?
Gransbury, who is located down in H Town, she has a post on the city. She said, "Side note: Harden didn't want to play with Chris Paul anymore, so that's why they made the money swap." She said that there was some feuding going on, so that's kind of on Harden as far as why they got traded.
Yep.
David Reese said Westbrook
I
to the
mean, no,
Knicks.
we've already,
Yep.
we already saw.
The light went off.
Nah, he's watching football.
But
Oh.
we already saw. I mean, why would Westbrook want to play with him? We got 2 years of Westbrook and Paul. The year that they should have won it, he did what he always does. He gets hurt.
He got hurt.
The second year they lost in the second round and they was up in the series. What do I need to see? Why do I want to play with this guy anymore? You know what I'm saying?
But you got a better chance with Paul than you do with Russell. Like, man.
Jimmy.
I mean, I didn't. When they went and got Russell Westbrook, I said from the beginning that was a panic move because the Lakers got Anthony Davis, Paul George and Kawhi joined the Clippers, and then was it Eastern? And then of course the whole KD and Kyrie potential finals. You know, so he was like, "Man, we got to get somebody in here. Let's just go get Westbrook." And I was just like, "Not gonna work." You've been better off going to get Kemba Walker or somebody.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree.
Gransbury said Harden push for. Are you saying he pushed for Westbrook, or did he just push for Chris Paul to get traded?
Both.
You think it's both?
Yeah.
I think that's a problem, though. I think that like Westbrook is a likable person off the court. He's real, and I think that his friends are just like, yeah, I like Westbrook, but then they realize we can't win with this guy though. So it's like we just have to be friends off the court. Yeah.
Absolutely.
KD tried to tell everybody. Everybody didn't want to listen. Everybody painted KD as the bad guy, but he tried to tell people. Was it 4 years ago he's been gone?
Yep.
He tried to let everybody know.
I mean, if you do basketball, you can see.
Yeah, you can see the frustration on KD's face. When you have a killer like that on the court, I don't give a damn who you are. Even Steph 2-time MVP, unanimous MVP. But bro, here you can have it. You got the rock. It's your show. You got it. You got it. Let's see. Before we close it out, Dave Reese said Westbrook wants 30 to 50 shots a game, so nobody gonna work for him to play. He knows how to pass, but he can't shoot past the free throw line. I don't think Westbrook wants 30 to 50 shots. I think Westbrook just takes horrible shot after horrible shot after horrible shot.
He never learned shot IQ. I don't get it.
And he doesn't know, okay, my shot ain't working today. Let me get everybody else going. Let me get everybody else and go. Now his thing is, let me keep taking these bad shots. Not even that. It's just, okay, let me find a better shot. Let me give myself a good shot. Let me get to the free throw line. But he's not a good free throw shooter either. But then you know what I'm saying?
So the zone, he dribbles all the way through a zone, and then like you getting turnovers, and you should know from middle school you can't dribble through a zone.
Because all he wants to do is attack.
Tasmanian devil.
Like, yeah, man, that's all he wants to do. It's just like it's not basketball, man. It's not gonna work like that, man.
He still play. He does the same thing Giannis does, which is they still play off of athleticism and not basketball. They just want to use the athletic ability.
So do you say based upon the reports that came out today that Giannis has met with the Bucks officials and they said that they're gonna go over the luxury tax to
bullshit
players in there.
Bullshit.
So based upon what you're saying, are you trying to say that Giannis will never win the title because that's the way he plays?
I'll go on the limb and say that
Giannis will never win a title. I was gonna say unless he get with somebody. I think the whole them wanting to go into the luxury tax. Me and KJ actually talked about this earlier. He made a good point. Is if that was the case, y'all had Malcolm Brogdon. Y'all didn't want to pay him. Y'all could have easily went to the luxury tax and kept him, but y'all let him go.
But see, they wasn't going to luxury tax for. Would you go in there for Malcolm Brogdon?
I would for him.
That he had built with that
I would.
Team.
Bro, he was young and he's a two-way.
Yeah, I would have won the luxury tax for him, but they let him go. So now
I'm sure Giannis looked at him and said, "I can't win the title."
Who, Eric Bledsoe?
You can win Eric Bledsoe.
Exactly.
But me and Q said,
Like, that's my boy. That's
you been stealing money
boy,
for 5
man.
years.
Eric Bledsoe.
Eric Bledsoe is not going to be the starting point guard on a championship team. You can, that's not going to happen.
No.
He can come off the bench for you.
Yeah, George Hill. We saw what he did in Utah. In San Antonio. We saw what he did in Indiana. He ain't the guy.
Yeah,
I went down here with him when he was sending pictures. So
Hey man,
matter of fact, they traded him for Kawhi. They traded him for Kawhi.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah.
But Milwaukee got a whole bunch of they ain't it guys. But anyways, to wrap it up, man. Like B's watching right now, you have 2 Monday night matchups. Quickly go around the room. What's up?
Hold on. No,
why gotta be a hold?
Absolutely not. We are not getting off of this show without taking 5 minutes out of our time.
Oh boy, who you want to talk about now?
To talk about what occurred last night.
What occurred last night? Are you talking about the Rams and
about them damn Cowboys?
How about them
Cowboys?
Oh, but go ahead. Floor is yours.
We got to talk about that, Keith.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Floor is yours. You got it, big dog.
Oh man, listen. you know.
Hold on. Let me get you together.
Hey, listen. You guys sat up there and had this conversation talking about Dallas and how they were going to win the NFC East, and they went out there on the West Coast and they basically shit on the new facility. Y'all think that this is the team that is going to the Super Bowl?
No.
This team is going to the Super Bowl. This team right here.
No, I didn't say that.
This team right here.
I'm gonna rewind the tape. I don't know if anybody on last week's show said there's going to be
somebody did say that. I don't know if it was somebody.
I can see them winning the division because I see how bad the Eagles look.
Either. They ain't gonna do that either.
They're gonna win the division.
The Giants.
They're gonna win the division.
You know what? Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, he said that earlier.
The Giants did.
Yep.
Talked about it earlier. Philly's trash. They are terrible.
No, they are trash. They
are trash. They are terrible. Washington beat Philly. Ain't nobody in the NFC East. But here's my point. You brought in Mike McCarthy. But nothing changed, guys. What changed?
Nothing. The offense is still
calling the play.
He's a pass-heavy coach anyway, so it's not going to change nothing.
But I'm just saying, Kellen Moore. See, they talked about Jason Garrett. So when the Cowboys don't win this year, now you got to turn around and look at Jason Garrett and say, what? Was it Jason Garrett's fault or was it the players' fault? Whose fault?
We all know the issue with the Cowboys. The man upstairs. Jerry, it's been that. It's going to be that. He will be the demise of the Cowboys. They will not win a championship as long as he's the owner of the Cowboys.
But here's my thing. You got this young man, and nothing against Kellen Moore, had an outstanding career at Boise State.
Come on, man.
Nothing against him. But you got a Super Bowl contending team. And you got this young man calling plays against some of the greats.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these great teams out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Sean McVay, young upcoming guy, but Sean McVay done paid his dues. Sean McVay paid his dues. He knows what's going on. He got to a Super Bowl. He lost, but he did get to a Super Bowl. All I'm saying is Dallas is probably one of the most, if not the most talented team, or one of the most talented teams in the NFL. Would you not agree?
I agree.
Yeah, that agree. Yeah.
It's been that way almost every year. Last year, I think they were the top 4 in offensive efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these dudes come out here and they go to LA and they stink it up, and then they want to turn around and they want to blame it on calls. There wasn't no call.
He went 3 for 12 on third down. So
absolutely,
CeeDee Lamb going across, doing that shallow cross. That is not a play for him. That is a play for Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper don't even make that play.
Yeah.
And they
he should have led him anyway.
But the point is, Amari Cooper's gonna be deeper on that play, on that shallow cross. He knows what the first down is. You don't sit there and run parallel to the first line. You got to go deeper. And he
rookie mistake. Yep.
Rookie mistake. So all I'm saying is, as a play caller, you've got to know that. And that ain't Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy called that play.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy went to him and said, "Hey, we need a play. What can be a play that's gonna get us a first down?" They called a shallow cross, and it went to Lamb. No, give it to that man you just gave $100 million to.
Absolutely.
That's why.
Tell me how you feel, B.
same old crap as normal. That's it.
It's crazy. Every year,
we talked yesterday on text. We talked, and what did I tell you? I told you what was going to happen. I told you your team was going to win. You said, no, B, don't do it.
No. I don't want you to jinx it. I thought we was going to win, but I don't know, B. I didn't want you to jinx it.
You said, don't do it. And I told you it was going to happen.
I'm telling you, don't jinx us. I had the discussion with several other people. My boy was like, oh, y'all about to get smoked. I'm like, who do you think the Cowboys are, man?
I mean, what made anybody think that the Cowboys going to be able to contain Aaron Donald? Who thought that?
I wish I sent you the clip of him knocking 2 or 3 people over.
I know. As soon as he said that, that's exactly what came to my mind. And it was Zeke Elliott who he threw around like that.
He knocked down 2 linemen before it too. Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying, man. I'm not saying that they're not going to get it together and play better. They will. I just think the way that they're set up, the fact that they got Jerry Jones in there doing the same thing. Mike McCarthy's not going. He ain't changing nothing. He's just another body. He's just another 98.8 degree body heat.
Yeah, I mean, look at the coaches they've had.
That's it. The Big Tuna said the hell with it, and he left.
I mean, they won 13 games with him, but they lost first round of the playoffs. So I mean, it don't matter.
They won 13 games with him. What's gonna change? It's the same. It's the same crap that went on to Green Bay that cost him his job. In Green Bay, he did the same as he's doing. He started off doing the same crap in that. Mike McCarthy.
Hot dog, see you on the outside of the playoffs. But
hot dog will bring his tail on here.
Hot dog, see you on the side of the playoffs.
I'm coming in there tomorrow for 5 minutes. I'm getting that hot dog.
You gonna get it, hot dog? Daniel, you the Rams guy, man. What was your thoughts on last night's game?
I thought our defense played good. Fourth quarter was a little bit too conservative for me. I like how they use the running back rotation. I see Darrell Henderson didn't get too many carries. Couple, like when they ran a toss, 4th down, they could have milked the clock. I didn't like that they tossed it to Malcolm Brown. He's a slower, powerful back. They should have let that go to Akers. Also, a screenplay that was perfectly designed. He should have threw to Akers because Akers is a better pass catcher. But other than that, the defense played good. They went 3 for 12 on 3rd down. You're not going to win going 25% on 3rd down. I know they want to blame it on pass interference. Bro, you went 3 for 12 on 3rd down. Also, you had the ball inside the 20 and you didn't kick the field goal. You went for the touchdown. So, I mean, that's on you. That's on them. I mean, other than that, we missed the field goal. But other than that, they missed one too. Pretty even game. I like what I saw from my team just for the simple fact talent-wise, their team is better than ours if you look at every position. We got some big names, yeah, but we beat them. So, on to the Eagles. I expect to beat them next week, too. They missing all them linemen. Aaron Donald's about to have fun. Hey, Rams jerseys are ugly, but they'll beat your team.
That's all I was going to say.
That's all I care about.
Jerseys don't matter.
When you say damn the hell with the jerseys, then we get the dub. I don't care about none of that other stuff. Oh man, I'm right there with you. So, man, let's see. I was gonna say everybody's team won except for mine, but I forgot Raph, your team plays tonight, but they'll lose tonight too. Speaking of that, you have the Titans versus Broncos. Raph, I'm gonna let you get on this last. Daniel, who you got winning tonight's matchup?
Are we skipping the Giants Pittsburgh or do we already?
No. We ain't did that yet. I'm gonna get to that next.
Okay. I'm gonna go with, of course, the Titans.
Of course, the Titans.
Of course. Now, it's no knock to you. I like y'all's quarterback, Locke. I like Sutton. The receiver y'all drafted, Jerry
Jeudy.
Yeah.
And then y'all got Noah Fant. And, of course, 2 running backs. I think y'all might hang in there. Only problem is the strength of the Titans' defense is their front 7, so it's going to be hard for y'all to run on. But it could be close, but I expect
Give me a score. Give me a score.
20 to 14.
2014 Titans. B. Who you got? Titans and Broncos.
I got the Broncos 24-21.
24-21.
Taking all upsets, baby.
You know what? I'm doing this strict. I'm gonna channel my inner B. I'm doing this strictly from a heart standpoint because Ralph is always picking against every team I like. So what I'm gonna do is this ain't got nothing to do with logic. This
I
ain't got
picked
nothing to do
the
with
Bucks.
stats. This ain't got nothing to do with none of that. I'm going with the Tennessee Titans tonight, and I'm going 21-10. Ralph, you got it.
Well, of course, I'm going with the Broncos. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, man. I'm interested to see what Locke does with these receivers. Von Miller's gonna be an issue for us. With I don't know how serious that's gonna be. I don't think we're gonna have him for the season, so that's gonna hurt our defense. But I'm riding with the Broncos. We're gonna be 10-6 this year. This will be the first win for us this year. 20-13.
David Reese said Derrick Henry had his worst rushing game of the year last season against the Broncos. He said they might shut him down again tonight. Ain't gonna happen.
You got Fangio. He's a good defensive coach. So
I don't care. I'm still getting Titans. I don't care who the hell. The Broncos could have everybody on their squad. I'm still gonna pick the Titans. I don't give a damn. But anyways, we got the next matchup. We got Steelers versus Giants. Ralph, I'm gonna throw it over to you first, man. Who you got?
Steelers.
Steelers. Give me a score.
They got Big Ben 24-13.
24-13. B. Who you got?
I got the Giants.
Give me this guy. give me a score.
I got the Giants and Saquon, man. I got the Giants and Saquon. Score 20-14.
You say 20-14? Okay, Giants 20-14. Daniel, who you got?
I was watching the game on my phone while I'm on here. Giants up 3-0. If they keep running the ball, I could keep it close, but I'm still gonna go with the Steelers. 2017.
2017?
20-17.
Okay. I'm right there with you. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Steelers, but I'm going to go ahead. It's a little bit closer. I'm going to go 27-20 Steelers. And then we got the Thursday night matchup. Hold on. David Reese, he wants to get in here. He says Steelers 17-14, so he got a low-scoring game.
Nobody want to go with me. No one want to ride with the board.
We don't know about them Giants yet. We got to see it.
No.
Well, I mean, I knew about the Rams.
Here we go.
I'm going to leave it alone. Go ahead.
Here we go. Last matchup of the week, which would be the first matchup of week 2. This will probably be the sorriest matchup of them all, but
Trash bowl.
So we have Browns versus Bengals in the Thursday night football matchup. Ralph, I'm gonna throw it to you first. Who you got winning this game?
I'm going with Joe Burrow and the Bengals, man.
Give me a score.
I don't know. It's probably low scoring. Probably a 13-10 game.
God damn. B, who you got? Can give me a score.
Maybe 14-10. I'll take it back. 14-10.
Man, such a trashy game, man. My goodness. But I got to.
They're getting it out early.
Yeah, they getting it out the way. That's why they probably did it. Let's go and get this shit out the way.
They play twice, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
I got to go Cleveland on this. Where's that game at?
That part, I'm not sure. Let me look that up real quick.
Man, Burrow looked good, man.
He did look good. He looked good, man. But Cleveland just got too much talent, man. They got to be able to.
They don't know what to do with it, bro.
They in the same position as the Cowboys, man.
For real.
I'm going Cleveland, man. I'm going.
Like I said, it's at the Browns.
I'm gonna go Cleveland. I'm gonna go Cleveland 28-24.
28-24. Daniel, what you got?
I watched the Bengals. I actually picked the Bengals to beat the Chargers, and they did. But Joe Burrow did look good. They got a lot of talent on the team. I still think it being his second start, he's a legit quarterback, but I think he's too young. Too much talent on Cleveland. Baker Mayfield's looking like he's going to be trash again this year.
He is.
I think with them two backs, Hunt and Chill, I think they'll just run it down their throat. Pause. And I'm going to say Cleveland 24. I'm going to go Bengals 17. They might put up 2 touchdowns and a field goal. I don't know. Did their kicker, he pulled his hamstring ending the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess they can probably still find a kicker to get a field goal. 24-17. No, 27-17 Browns.
27-17 Browns. Dave Reese said Bengals 21-10. Burrow showed he is better. I'm right there with y'all. Baker, he ain't it, man. He's not the guy. This will be his last year starting as a quarterback, let alone starting for the Browns for me. So as you can already tell,
so he's a Tim Caps.
I ain't gonna say he's that bad. Yeah, he's not that bad, but at the same time, he ain't that damn good either.
And he keeps getting new commercials.
Next year,
that makes no sense.
Baker will be holding a clipboard for somebody next season, but the Bengals.
You know who he's in? He's Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn. They drafted Brady Quinn again, but
yeah, Brady. Now he's out of the league. Brady's out. Hey, did you see they paid that one dude? What's his name? To sit at home.
McNeil.
Yeah.
You sit at home and make $12 grand a week just sitting at the crib.
Chill.
I want to be a practice squad player. But let me get the Bengals 27-10 because I don't think Baker can. Baker got all them offensive weapons, but can't do a damn.
Nope. So none of y'all think with all the OJ.
Yeah, but what good is that?
You got the running backs. You got everything.
He's gonna run the ball.
But what good is any of that if you ain't got a damn quarterback?
Absolutely.
You can have all the weapons you want to, but like Daniel said, they just gonna run the ball. Well, hell, we're gonna make Baker beat us then. So we're gonna stack his good old box, and we're gonna make Baker throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and beat us today. Can you got confidence in Baker doing that? Because I sure the hell don't.
Yeah, I mean that's the same thing with the coach.
I don't have.
Why did they let Phillip Rivers throw the ball 50 times yesterday?
Makes no sense. That's what I'm saying, man.
I told my boy, I said, Brett Favre's a Hall of Famer, but if you let him throw the ball 50 times, you better damn believe it's going to be some turnover.
Oh, yeah.
Why wouldn't they run the football?
Yeah, I don't know. They
got 4 running backs.
They wanted to show off their new toy. That's all.
They showed them off all right.
We got Phillip Rivers
about 20 times.
You got to run the football.
Of course, yeah.
Don't tell me, tell the coach. But anyways, we get ready to get up out here today. Man, we appreciate everybody for tuning in to another great show. You can always catch previous shows on our YouTube channel, KY Beyond the Game. Make sure you go there, subscribe to the channel as well. If you missed previous episodes and you can't watch them, you can always go back and listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Store as well. We get ready to get on up out of here. Hold on. Gransbury said their top guys out now, dog. As B holds up his Buccaneers.
Taylor's the better guy anyway.
Next week we will be 1-1 next week. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, y'all might be 5-1 because y'all got a weak schedule for the next month.
That's why I said
they had to help Tom Brady out. They had to help him out.
Hey, who they play next? Carolina.
Panthers, yeah.
And Carolina gonna beat them.
Absolutely.
Man, they ain't beat the Raiders. I ain't believing that.
Yeah, thank you, Daniel. We get ready to get on up out of here. We want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. We out of here.
All right.